Hey, what's up guys, it's Kevin back again with another video showing you guys what I've been working on and what I've been doing. Now this car right now that I'm working on, it is, let me show it to you real quick. It's a 96 Honda Civic hatchback, and that's of course the only reason I got it. It's got the little roof rack there. Now I paid $500 for this car, and yeah, as you can see, it's not in great condition. I don't even know if you can see in there, but it is a hatchback. Let me explain my issue right now. This video is going to be like two parts. I'm going to cut it and then finish, and then put the other part and see how it comes out. Now, the problem with this car is the car wasn't running. It was like in Macon, that's like 3 hours south of Atlanta. I went down and got it, and the guy said no, I was just driving it and it was driving perfect a couple weeks back, and all of a sudden it shut down and it wouldn't start back up. So I'm thinking, okay, well, worst case scenario, it timing belt, you know, slipped or broke the timing belt, and you know, it bent some valves and it's not getting compression. So I took the car home. I start looking at it. I checked the time, and time was perfect. So, you know, I was at that point I was thinking, well, maybe readjusted the time and didn't start and didn't tell me or whatever. And it does have vent valves. So I took the head off. You can see the head right there. I don't know why I'm doing this outside, but I thought it was going to be a quick thing. But it wound up kind of being a pain in the ass. So I took the head off, got a new head gasket, put it back on there. I water tested all the valves, nothing was leaking. So at that point I was like, what the fuck is going on? Checked the oil, it looked clean. So I took the head back off, and I started noticing that now if you put your hand over a cylinder with the head off and then you turn the crank, it's supposed to have, you know, compression. It's supposed to, when it's going down, it sucks your hand in. When it comes back up, it's pushing air back out. So I was doing that, and there was like no compression whatsoever. Well, there was a little bit, not very much, but let me show you what I found. I took piston out, and this is what I found. Now I'm not sure if you can see right there, but these pistons are the piston rings are kind of seized up. Now this one's a little bit better than the last one. You see that spring there that's supposed to have? Now the whole piston ring is supposed to do that, and they're kind of seized up in there. And it looks, well, from what I can tell, what I think happened when I drained the oil, when I checked the oil, it looked fine. When I drained the oil, there was some milky stuff at the bottom of the oil pan. So what I'm thinking is the dude just completely lied to me. What he did was blew the head gasket, wound up putting a new head gasket on there because that's the head gasket that was on it. So he blew the head gasket. He probably let it sit for, you know, a while, and you know, of course, it's got water in the oil. It's going to make it start to oxidize there, and kind of rust up, and the rings just kind of rusted in there. Now I've already did that one and put new rings on it, and I'm going to do rings on all of these. The rod bearings and all that look good, but as you can see, if I can get this thing to focus here, let me see if I can get it to focus. Well, there you go. That, okay, so the two big ones, this one and this one, is the compression rings, and this one right here is the oil control. It's just caked up. I mean, literally, it's just completely fucking caked up in there. So I'm gonna clean all these pistons. Shit, it's so sunny. I'm gonna clean all these pistons and put it back together. It shouldn't take me any more than an hour to do that, and then, you know, I'll start back up the video once I try to start the car and see if it runs. Okay guys, back again. I am on the last piston, and remember I showed you the old pistons. Now let me see if I can get in the shade here. See the difference? These are supposed to be able to, you know, you can see they compress in, and they should be able to move freely. Every piston on this car was just, you know, the rings was just completely seized up. So like I said, this is the last one. I will throw the head back on it and then see if it runs. And after I'm done with that, I will start working on the body, and we'll see what happens. I'm crossing my fingers, but hopefully that's the only issue it had. What is up, guys? We are at 0 hour with this fucking car. Now it's about 5 o'clock right now. I started around 2, so it took me about 3 hours to change the rings, take the head off, change the rings, put the head back on and all that stuff, which wasn't too bad. And as you can see here, the car is back together. The only thing I hadn't done is hook the distributor up, so you guys can be here for the first start. Now if this fucking car doesn't start, I'll probably set it on fire. I mean, honestly, because it's just not worth my fucking time. So let's go in here and turn it over just to build up some oil pressure here. Okay, that sounds way different than it did. Actually sounds like it's got some kind of compression on it. All right, so let's hook this distributor up and give it some fire. Cross your damn fingers for me. I swear to God. This has just been irritating. And yes, I do have the front bumper for it. Oh, all right, come on. We can do this. Oh, it started. I gotta check engine light. It starts. Shit, sounds okay. Not too bad. It's running. Got some smoke coming. It's because of the oil that I dumped down into the cylinders, trying to get some kind of compression, so that smoke should go away. But this thing's looking, sounds damn good. I just got off the phone with my girl, and I told her, I said, if this fucking car doesn't start, I quit as being a mechanic. So you can see all that smoke coming out. That's all fucking oil. And the bad thing about it is I blew it right into and that's how you're supposed to do when you do a compression check. But I didn't do a compression check because I was being fucking hard-headed. But I poured oil down in there and tried to crank it over, and it wouldn't start, but it did feel like it was wanting to start to crank. And on the LX model, the catalytic converter is right here on front, so all that shit blew out onto the catalytic converter. So I'm gonna have to let this thing run for a little while, let it burn off all that oil, and then kind of go from there. But the motor is sounding solid at this point. So as you can see here, somebody tried to eliminate the door moldings, and that's what I'm doing over here on this side, is trying to fix their shit. So car's running, that's the most important part. I'll upload this video, and then my next video is going to be, because I always say, if it looks like shit, plasti dip. So I'm going to plasti dip this whole fucking car, and fix the molding and shit. And I already started plasti dipping this back here, but I'm going to plasti dip the rest of the car, and I'll upload a video. I'm also going to paint the wheels, and I'll upload a video. That's a lot of smoke. And I'll upload a video to show you guys how it came out. Like I said, this is a $500 car. When I went to pull apart to get the rings, because no, I didn't put new rings in it. I try to do shit as cheap as possible. So I went and pulled a head on the car at pull apart, pulled the rings out of it, went up to the cash register, and it was like, oh shit, you can just take them. So I didn't spend anything on the rings. The head gasket was new, so I didn't have to buy a head gasket. So at this point, I am only $500 into this car. I am going to buy some plasti dip. I already have Bondo. So I'm trying to have this car completely finished for $550. And like I said, I'll make another video tomorrow once I get to finish up this side and finish up the other side and plasti dip it, put the bumper on, and all that good stuff. All right, guys. I will talk to you later. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Kevin back again. Now, I was going to make a separate video for this car and how it came out, but I was like, fuck it, it's going to be kind of short, so I'll just make it now. Just got the car done. Now, remember, when I show you this car, it was a $500 car. I went about 3 hours to get the car, so that's about $50 in gas, and I have roughly another $40 in the car. Let's round it out and say I have $600 into the car. Now it does run and drive great. The plastic dip didn't come out perfect just because they had that stupid primer on there in the first place, and the car was originally silver, so you know, it didn't come out like I wanted it to come out, but it's still, for a $600 hatchback, I mean, you really can't beat that. So let me show you what it looks like. This is it. Now I did paint the wheels. Tires are in okay shape, I guess. Put the bumper back on it. I just wet it down. Of course, it's plastic dip, so it's it's like a satin black, just very flat black. But roof rack looks good. Wheels look good. I mean, the body doesn't have any huge dents in it. Now on this side, I messed around a little bit with the trim indentation that, you know, they try to Bondo over, and I got that kind of set up. I didn't feel like doing it on the other side because honestly, I'm selling this car super fucking cheap. So on this side I just painted, and you can see there's a huge difference that you can actually see where they tried to do that. But the interior needs to be cleaned out, whatever. It's got 215,000 miles. I'll start it up for you again. This thing starts right up every time. Every time. It has a check engine light. I checked that. That's for the bank 1 O2 sensor. I'm not gonna fuck with that just because, like I said, I'm looking to move this car pretty quick. So I drove it. It drives great. It has decent power. You know, it's always a hit or miss when you're talking about, you know, piston rings and stuff like that. But overall, everything I have in the car is $600. And I like the front bumper. I like the roof rack. That's one of the reasons I bought the car. The wheels look, well, in my opinion, tell me in the comment section below, do you like the wheels like this, or do they look better all black? Let me know. If I can get this to focus. Let me know what you think about the car. Give you a quick another walk around here. I think this side looks way better than the other side. But, you know, tell me what you think. Leave comments in the comment section below. And that's pretty much it. I'll talk to you guys later.